Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle, and today, welcome to 2026, first of all. It is the January 5th, so welcome to 2026, and welcome to 2026 here on Sam's Crafty Castle. It has been a little while. I did stop by briefly in November, and then I stopped by briefly in December, the end of December, to share a little update, so, welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for still being here after me not uploading consistently forever. I really appreciate it. So, I'm going to use this video as kind of an update video and talk about what I've got coming for 2026 and all of that fun stuff. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing, and then I'll update you, and then we'll go back because I am going to make a full card at the end of this video. So, I was getting ready to start filming again after my little break, and my break from creating content. I was still on a break from uploading content, but I took a break from creating content. And, excuse me. I also am going to apologize if I'm super coffee and my voice sounds funny in this video. I did a little silly goofy thing, and I literally just got out of bed. So I got up this morning and I came in here and I started recording voiceovers, which is not like best practice per se, but I did that anyway, and y'all can just deal with my slightly sleepy, messed up morning voice. I just really wanted to get started on recording these voiceovers because I am not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to stay on track. So, I am making a whole bunch of stripy backgrounds, and I'm using 3 different die sets from Lawn Fawn. They have a diagonal stripe, they have a horizontal stripe, and they have a vertical stripe. And I'm just pairing them together and making a whole bunch of different backgrounds. And this was really the way that I sort of kickstarted my creativity coming back from my break. The creativity left, which was part of why I took a break. And because there was just nothing really happening for me whatever. I don't know what word I'm trying to say, at the time. So I took a little break, and I was starting to feel a little better and a little more like, okay, I haven't been in my craft room for a while and I miss it and I would like to return. But I didn't really want to do anything big, and I didn't want to make myself frustrated because nothing unmotivates me faster than being frustrated. So I ended up deciding to make a whole bunch of these backgrounds, and because I've had these dies for a while and I haven't done anything with them. So this was my creativity mojo Kickstarter. Was making all of these backgrounds. So that's my biggest tip from this video is, if you need to kickstart your mojo, if you need to kickstart your creativity, start with something simple. Make backgrounds, color stamped images, just stamp images, die cut all the things, cut layers. I do that sometimes, where I will just pre-cut a whole bunch of different, like usually black and white layers, just so I have them, so that it's one less step when I am ready to like create things. Organize your craft room. I have been doing a ton of that myself lately. I got some new stamp and storage stuff for Christmas, so I've been like trying to get it all set up. But like, do that kind of stuff, like, and especially like organize or de-stash your craft room, because you will find things to play with when you do that. So that's a very good creativity starter, I find, is organizing or de-stashing your craft room. I've been working on with a new craft inventory software, and I'm hoping to do a video on it eventually. I don't know when that's going to be right now, but I would like to do a video on it at some point and talk about that. The new, it's called Mustache. We'll just throw that out there right now because some of y'all may know what's up. Um, and I'll talk a little bit about Mustache versus Color My Life and all that kind of stuff. Um, at some point, I don't know when, I forgot to schedule that video into the mix. So I'm not really sure when that's gonna happen anymore. But I want it to happen, so I'll have to find a spot for it somewhere. Um, so that's basically this video. It's just me putting stripy backgrounds together. We are gonna make a card at the end, so I'll get back to talking about the more crafty stuff at the end. But for the most part, I'm just making cards, or making backgrounds in this video. I rotate through all 3 different ones. You get 2 backgrounds per 2 colors that you use. And you can absolutely get way more creative with these than I did. But this was a warm up for me. That's the other thing. Your creativity is a muscle, right? So sometimes you have to warm it up. When I go to dance, we do a warm up section before we dance most of the time. Not always. Sometimes we do it ourselves. But for the most part, when I'm in a class, we do a whole warm up thing. If I'm in a rehearsal, sometimes we just do it ourselves, but rather than as a group. But when I'm in a class, we do a whole warm up thing. Same concept. You should try to warm up your creativity. If I have multiple videos that I'm trying to film in a day, I will a lot of times pick what I think is the easiest video to film first, because that kind of gets me started, and then I can keep going through the next videos. I don't have those marathon filming days like I used to so much anymore, but when I used to have them, that was one thing I would do. Or sometimes I will pull out a crop and create class if I have one that's unfinished, and I will just do one card from it, and it's just enough to sort of get the mojo flowing and the creativity going, and it's just a little like creativity warm up. But that's when you do stuff like this. You make backgrounds. You stamp a bunch of images. I've done that sometimes where, like, when I have videos planned out and I know I need to stamp a bunch of things, I will just stamp all of them in one go. And then, if there's a situation where I have to use my scan and cut to cut them, then I can cut them all in one go too. So that's my little tip. Coming back from a break, and a big old creativity break, I thought I would share a few tips as well on getting that back, or and sometimes a break is just necessary. Like, sometimes you just have to say, like, I really can't do this, and I just need a break, and nothing will bring back your creativity like a break, I have discovered. So it's why I take my December breaks. It's why I, don't do 5 videos on a 5 Monday month now. So I'll use that as the transition into talking about what's going on with the channel in 2026. The first thing you may notice is that this video is going up on a Monday, not a Saturday. I'm switching my upload schedules to Monday at 6 p.m. and I may start doing more premieres. I just sort of realized that in the last 10 seconds that with it being at 6 p.m. I could do a premiere and have a live chat and everything. I don't really know if people are going to show up for that though. But it is an option. Let me know what you think down in the comments below if you'd like that. If you'd like to have a little live chat option. I don't think those are as popular as they used to be. So maybe not. Maybe that's not it. But I could definitely do that. But the big reason for the change to Monday nights is because in 2026, starting next week, January 12th, at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to start doing lives. So I did a couple polls over my break and asked people what days and times and all that fun stuff would work for them. Most of the answers varied from you need to just do what works for you to I would like you to do a weeknight. And Friday and Monday were my top vote getters. Well, I got my new dance schedule for this semester, and now I have a optional class on Friday nights that I would really like to try to go to. Well, and Saturday was also an option. A few people did pick Saturday. Um, but I have so much going on Saturdays in the next couple months that I was like, I don't know if that's the best option for me. I mean, I still have work on Mondays, but that's all I do on Mondays. And Mondays are actually my usual work on video day. So I was like, that kind of works out really well because it's already sort of scheduled for videos in my head. So I think that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to do Mondays at 6 p.m. Central Time. And I say Mondays, and by Mondays, I mean one Monday a month. The second Monday of the month will be Sam's Crafty Castle Monday Night Relax and Create Live. And we're going to hang out. We're going to make some stuff. I have a plan for the first two lives, and I will share that story at the live stream of why that's happening, because I originally was not going to start lives until March, but things happened, and now they're starting in January, and I'm going to save that story for the actual live stream. So if you want to hear what happened, come and check it out next week. And all of the recorded videos will be going up at Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time too. I think it's just easier for me if everything happens at the same time. So I sort of always knew that my upload schedule would change because I wasn't going to go live on Saturdays at midnight, which is when my old uploads went up. So we're going to try Monday at 6 p.m. and we're going to see what happens. And hopefully, I don't really know what I'm hoping happens, but hopefully that works for y'all, I guess. And yeah, so those are my big updates. I'm filmed through March. I actually have one video in April already done too. And I am in crazy voiceover mode right now. So I edited everything, I filmed everything, I edited everything, and now I just have to record all the voiceovers and then do thumbnails and uploads and all of that fun stuff. So this week is New Year's Eve week, and I am New Year's Eve week. Just sounded weird. So it's New Year's week, and I am going to spend most of this week just recording voiceovers and working on videos, and I have a few little plans for some other stuff because I am off dance this week. I was off for last week for Christmas, and then this week for New Year's, and I am going to. So my goal is to get a lot of videos and stuff done. I have videos planned through the end of the year. That's exciting. I don't have them filmed through the end of the year. I only have them filmed through April? No, I don't have all of it. I have one more to film for April. Actually, I have two more to film for April, but one I can't film till March. Because it's the Crop and Create vlog. Which reminds me, Crop and Create is coming. Crop and Create is coming very soon. I'm very excited. I was working on some of my stuff from the fall since I didn't actually, participate in the fall event. So I've been working on a few things from the fall class. You know, kind of going back to that creativity muscle thing and how I said that sometimes I will use that as a warm-up for starting a more creative project or starting a video, how I will do a card from that to get myself going. I do that a lot in between videos too. So New Year's Eve is probably one of my most productive days of the year because I give myself permission to stay up till midnight. Last year I made bad choices though, and I stayed up till 3 a.m. and that was bad choices. I would love to tell you what I did this year, but I'm filming this before New Year's Eve, so I can't tell you. Ask me in the live next week what if I behaved myself New Year's Eve and actually went to bed at midnight, or if I stayed up till 3 a.m. again. That was a mistake because I was exhausted for another week. So hopefully I don't make bad choices again. I probably will though. I can already tell you I'll probably be up at least until 1 or 1:30. And then hopefully I behave myself and go to bed after that. We'll see. um but what else did I want to say? I had another thought and it left my brain. But I used that day. It is one of the most productive days of the year for me because I do give myself permission to stay up that late. And I don't usually sleep in the morning either. So I get a lot done, and I that's one of my huge like card making days. I'll either crank out a bunch of crop and create classes, or I'll do a bunch of videos or whatever. And that's the plan this year. Is I'm gonna excuse me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do one card from a crop and create class, and then I'm going to film a video, and I'm going to do another card, and then I'm going to film a video. And then I do have plans New Year's Eve night, actually, for the first time in forever. And so, but not for actual New Year's. I'm just going to go to my dad's house and have dinner, basically. um, I just want pizza, and there's a good pizza place by his house. So, who doesn't want pizza? Do you guys like pizza? I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who don't like pizza. That's fair. But I'm a pizza girly through and through. Okay, let's get back on track to the crafting stuff, right? Because now I'm just rambling about weird things now. So these are all the backgrounds I made. So you can see there are a lot. It felt weird to, and I didn't even show you me making all of them. Because y'all would have been here all day, and you don't want to do that. So I am just grabbing one out, and I'm going to make a very, very quick card. This is not like anything extraordinary, but I'm trying to prove a point that these cards make very, very quick cards. So these backgrounds make very, very quick cards. So if you need to, like, a birthday card, like, really, really fast, you can get one very easily with these dies. If you have a friend that you're trying to get into card making, cut a bunch of these background strips, let them put together their backgrounds, and then you can be like, here's my stamp collection. Maybe don't give them your whole stamp collection. I did that to someone once. I had them over and was like, take your pick, make whatever you want, or not make whatever you want, like I was helping them, but I was like, pick out whatever stamps you want to use, and they were like, you have a lot of stamp choices here, and I was like, I do. That is facts. And I think they got a little overwhelmed. So this is also the box of things that I have. Like, these are all things I've made when my mojo's been a little low, or they're just, some of them are just extra things too, like if I've die cut too many of something or whatever. If I have a die plate situation that cuts out multiple things and I want just one thing, like all of those kinds of things go in here. And then I just go through them. You can see I've got some foily panels in there that I've done, like reverse foilies mostly. All that kind of stuff goes in here. And then when I have a card like this where I'm just sort of trying to put something together real quick, like, I can go through it and see if I have anything that'll work without entirely having to, like, find something basically or create something from scratch. So I got a couple flowers and some hearts and stuff that I'm going to add onto this because that stamp says, you make my heart flutter. I used to have a stamp set called Heart Flutter. I don't have it anymore. It was from Unity. It was a Gina K and Unity collab. And I'm a little sad at myself for getting rid of it. I may have to, that might be one that I may have to see if I can repurchase somewhere. I don't have that problem often where I destash something and then go, oh, I miss it. But that is one that I have missed a little bit, so I might have to go back and get that one again. We'll see. I have a lot of other stamp sets too. I don't really need anymore. Destashing is on my list for 2026. I already have a big old destash list. So I'm going to just, like I said, I didn't do anything crazy with this card. I was trying to do something simple. Because like I said, this was very much a warm up, but it felt weird to not like make a finished product in a video and to just do a bunch of backgrounds. So I had to do something, right? So I'm just quickly putting together a little something, and it's not anything to write home about. I almost wish I hadn't put that flower at the end. and wish I would have just used the heart. But I wanted it to have something a little bit more. But you see, you can use these white stripes, and you could put like I alternated it so it's purple and white, but you could definitely like just do one strip of white in them to put a greeting or a stamp on that you want. Um, if you wanted to. Or I mean you can even do it on the colors or whatever if you wanted to do like embossing or something. Um, but it just makes really simple cards. That's it. That's what this is about. This is about trying to, kick start your creativity. I don't if your Christmas season was insane and you needed something to sort of get your creativity flowing again and your mojo flowing again. This is the perfect thing to do. Um, is just make a little something something. Don't force yourself to make your next big masterpiece. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I will see you again soon. I will see you next week for our first 2026 live, our first live stream ever, really. So hopefully the tech all works and everything goes well. Because it'll be my first solo live stream. But thank you so much for watching. Happy 2026. I hope your year is off to a good start. We're not quite a week into it yet. And I will see you again soon. Have a crafty day.